Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Do you have to press play?
Yeah.
Good morning, mate.
How are you?
Good. You?
G'day.
How are you?
I just think it's pointless, mate. When I can buy a big RV van for just the same price, like less than half the price of a house, and own it outright.
And you can park it up at Kershaw Gardens and...
Park it anywhere. I'll go off the grid, mate.
I like the fact it takes 4 to 6 business days to get back to you. You know, there's no rush.
Loving what you guys are doing with the podcast.
Mates helping mates, and anyone can come share their story.
Our ultimate goal from this is to help people.
You've got the black dog there. Download the podcast. Listen to two blokes talking shit, sharing stories.
People to come on and have a chat to us and tell us their story and how they got through everything and what did they use to help themselves, and hopefully people can jump on and they can utilise this platform to listen to and maybe take some tips off other people that are going through similar situations to them. I just want to let everyone know that it's not weak to speak.
I just want to let everyone know that it ain't weak to speak.
Welcome to Scott and Joe, mates helping mates.
Hey, very good morning, everybody. Welcome to Scott and Jai. This is Mates helping mates.
G'day. How are you?
Didn't work out the second time. You want to see that video? Follow us on TikTok and Facebook. Posted it up last night. See how it would go. How's your week?
Oh, mate. It's been a week, put it that way. No, look, at the end of the day, it's just been a rough one, and still had to go to work, still had responsibilities, and you got to still move forward, I guess, at the end of the day.
Keep moving forward.
There's no point worrying about stuff you can't control, as I say.
That's it.
Just refocus, reset, and tomorrow's a new week, so we're just back at it and moving on. But yeah, it's been a week, that's for sure.
And it's hard because some of it we can't discuss. Some of it we can, some of it we can't discuss.
No, look. I've said my piece with everything that's happened, and, it's just one of those, being in a situation that, there's, only one outcome, and there's always going to be a villain in the story, and that just happened to be me this week, and that's fine. I've lived that storyline for a long time. So it's just, you don't let it be the setback, and you don't let it knock you around. You just got to try and refocus yourself and focus on the stuff that you can control and keep moving forward, really.
And that was the theme of last week, and I'm glad that we brought it up again this week because it I guess struck, can't even get the word out. It struck a chord. There you go, I got the words out this time.
Yeah, I think... people don't take into account when you're facing these situations, and I guess a lot of times it can throw a lot of people out of whack, and you could be out of whack for weeks past what's happened. But I think is the biggest lesson of being in this situation, not the same situation but similar situations over my lifetime. And you reflect on the way you deal with it, and I think that's what I've done, and I think that's why it's so easy for me to refocus and get ready to reset. I'm going to have a bit of me time later today at home, and most probably just play the PlayStation for a bit, and that's just the way I chill out. And then back into the gym and back to work first thing tomorrow. I said, but a lot of people don't. I guess when this happens, it's, you sit there and you dwell on it and you get upset and it throws you out of whack, but there's nothing you can do to control the outcome because it's out of your control. You just ride the waves and keep pushing forward, and, at the end of the day, you've got no other option. And I think once you learn that skill set, it helps you a lot. So that's, for me, it's just another day. I've been angry, I've been hurt, but, it's just moving on and upwards, and It's just another situation later on in life when you face struggles that you reflect on and realise that, you've overcome so much already, and I think it's just another stepping stone to overcome. Life was never designed to be easy. I think life is designed to challenge us mentally and physically, in which, people may not look at life that way, but that's the way I look at it. I don't believe life was set out to be an easy task. I think that life was meant to challenge you in every aspect, and every person's challenges are going to be different to every other person. So, no person's challenges are going to be the same. But look, what I take out of it is that, I'm not going to sit here and dwell on things that I can't control or how people feel about the situation. It's just about moving forward and what's done, and remember to be loyal to myself at the end of the day.
That's the one.
That's the main thing that I've taken out of the whole situation. And anybody that doesn't want to be on that side and support my decision, that's their choice, really. I can't control how they feel or what they want to think. That's completely up to them, and that's just their loss at the end of the day. I'm 30, mate. Like, I can't afford to, keep on having everybody's back and showing up and taking the hits myself. At some point in life, you've got to realise sometimes you've just got to step away from it all and do the right thing and then continue walking on. Like, there's no in between, There's no right person in any situation, really. Like, there's right and wrong, but realistically, in the situation that I was faced with this week, it was a decision I had to make, which was an easy decision for me to make. But I knew that with the decision I was making, there was going to be consequences, and to them consequences was other people's reactions. And I think I've dealt with it quite well, and I haven't flipped my banana yet, so I've stayed pretty calm in the whole sense. Don't get me wrong, I've jumped in my car and screamed out loud and, punched my steering wheel a few times. But, that's just another coping mechanism, and you'd be quite surprised how many men, when faced with challenges and feeling like they're alone, that sometimes blokes do sit in their car and they might cry or they might just scream and
kind of have a moment to themselves to regather and refocus and I guess readjust, right, before you do something silly.
Yeah, so I think for me, I'm very fortunate. Like, I've got a challenging job. Every day my job's got a new challenge arised, and I think to be able to stay in that mindset, to be able to do my job the best way I can is, I guess that's where I take my hat off to who I am today, because who I was 5 years ago, there's no way I would have been able to have that positive mindset and be able to do my job correctly without losing focus. And so I guess that, you've got to take the wins where you take your wins, and you've got to give yourself that credit where the credit's due. You don't need someone else to pat you on the back and say, good on you. I think I'm smart enough to give myself my own gratitude, and, I tell myself that I'm proud of who I am today, and I'm proud of myself who I was 5 years ago too, because that was just a different stage in my life and different challenges that I was facing then. And I think that's just a part of growing up, and what my journey was there was never going to be a time that I hadn't faced a challenge, whether it was with other people or whether that challenge was within myself. And I think acknowledging that and having that mindset to be able to acknowledge when, there's a different struggle between with someone else to what you face with yourself. And I think it's people need to take that time to appreciate and love themselves, and acknowledge and take that time to look back from, whether it's 5 years or 10 years ago. Acknowledge that you've done, the good, bad, the ugly, but you've developed as a person and you've achieved a lot within yourself. And that's where I say, like, achievement. When people say, oh, this is what I do and this is what I've achieved, but that person, that's all their achievements on paper, is that achievement within yourself. Like, and I think you have the ability to grow and develop as a human to the day we die, but it's really set on the choice and how you look at it, really. And if you have that mindset that you're willing to learn and continue to develop, it's amazing what I'll know in 20, 30 years if I'm still around, to what I know now. And that's I think that's why I continue to keep pushing myself to learn more and more and face my struggles head on.
That's it. Well done, mate. Well done.
Thanks.
Also, I actually noticed a little bit of a theme with all of this. It kind of all relates to our posts on Facebook last week. We still kept it up. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
I was impressed.
Didn't forget this week.
I was impressed.
G'day.
I wasn't, I'll admit, I'll be honest, I've checked every week to make sure you've put something up, just in case I had to quickly do something.
Actually, it's funny. We'll get back to that part in a sec, but I'll kind of tell you how my week goes and how these Facebook posts kind of slip into everything, because it's quite funny. So it's quite funny, actually. When I go to do those Facebook posts on a Thursday and a Friday, so I get up in the morning, and I've been getting up early, actually, taking what you said on board. Got to get up early, get yourself into the routine.
Do you feel a lot better doing that?
Yeah, I do, actually. I feel like I achieve more in the day.
Sleep's for the week, man.
Sleep when you're dead.
Yeah, that's right. Plenty of time to sleep then.
That's right. So I've been getting up early. I mean, pre-recording radio show on Radio X from 9 a.m. to 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Can't do it live because it can't be in two places at once.
Yeah.
And then finish that. So it takes about an hour to do all that. Then I go to my day job, do the morning meeting, do the yarn, do all that sort of stuff. And then I call it the 9:30 break. So at 9:30 I disappear and I make sure that I'm by myself, and I go and sit down and I think about what I'm going to write in the day's post. And then it's funny because after I've typed it all up, I feel quite inspired for the day. Like it's almost like on those Thursdays and Fridays, it's like the hoorah, got to get back into it. So
get in and get it done.
It's that's why I love writing them on a Thursday and a Friday, because I feel like it's just adding more energy to your day, you know what I mean?
Yeah, must be nice being able to have the end of the week and just trying to start the week off. It does help, and I think it's the same thing that I want to bring out in these books is writing down, your goals and little goals for the day, and things in a book every day.
And what you can achieve,
and writing out your plan for the day. So it pretty much will be designed as a daily planner, but that's the same thing we're doing. Is for me, I get up first thing in the morning, I have a coffee, and I go sit out at the back table, and then I do normally Monday I'll do 2 posts, and I'll just whack out 2 just so Tuesday I can just do my thing. But it sets your mind to think about the positive things. My brain is like, Jai, why are you even moving?
Mashed potato.
But yeah, I think everybody should try to be that positive mindset, and as we were saying before, life isn't going to be easy, nor was it meant to be easy, and I think if we start doing little steps to be more positive as men and women, I think it's very noticeable, And, like I said to you the other week, get up a bit earlier and have a bit of you time before the kids are up and the wife's up and stuff. And said, I find that helps me. Unfortunately, my partner gets up when I get up, but she knows not to talk to me.
It's like a no-fly zone.
We'll say good morning to each other, and I normally go jump in the shower and quickly get dressed, and by then I come out and she's got the coffee ready, and I'll go sit out in the backyard. And she'll sit there, but she won't say anything to me. And if she does, I'll just look up. And she's like, I'm sorry. And that's because, it's a big part for me, and that's me time, because I don't have a 9 to 5 job. My job is go running at 6 o'clock, where I've already started having to attend to other people's needs, attend to other people's emotions, acknowledge other people's feelings. So the last thing I want to do when I first wake up is talk to anybody. You know what I mean? Because everybody outside of their work life has things going on, whether it's good, bad, or ugly. It's just the way the world is. Now, so when you're at work, to be able to separate it for me, to be able to separate my work life to my home life, etc., I've got to have that at least a minimum of half an hour to myself in the morning.
Almost like a pre-start, your own sort of pre-start for the day, right?
Yeah. And then also if I've gone to bed, which I try not to do, thinking about negative things that are happening in my life and things that I'm a bit uneasy with, and then it causes me to have a really bad sleep. So, hence the reason I look the way I do this morning. Because
mate, you look beautiful.
I did not sleep much last night. I think I got a whole 4 hours in total, because I was up at 4:30 this morning, and went to bed after 12:30.
What time does the sun come up?
Not to 6.
Oh, okay.
It's winter. But yeah, so I think for me, it's that half an hour is a big process for me. And if you don't acknowledge to have you time, and the best comment I hear all the time is, I don't have time to have time for me. Everybody has time to have time for themselves. You've just got to make that time. Whether you're busy from 6 in the morning to 6 at night or 8 at night, once you've filled everybody else's cup up, get in your car, go for a drive, have half an hour to yourself. Especially people with partners. I think this is what we forget when we're in relationships and we're married and stuff, that we don't allow ourselves to have that time to ourselves, because we're so fixated on pleasing our other half, making our kids happy and making sure they're all safe and supported. So then you fall into the trap as busy. And I'll tell you this right now, which a lot of people make the habit of, is when they go to bed, that's their time. No, it's not. Go for an afternoon walk, or go for a walk at 8:30 at night. It doesn't have to be a marathon, but going to the end of the street and back gives you enough.
Just a brisk stroll.
Yeah, well, it just gives you that time to reflect over your day, process everything that's happened, and, let it all go. If it's something that you need to think about a bit more before you make it a decision, and your boss is like, I need, a decision by 9 a.m. tomorrow, that gives you that time to pull away from everybody else and just have that important. It doesn't have to be a long time. It depends how much stuff you've got going on.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a long time. It's just got to be a good time.
For me, the gym is my time. Serena said it perfect the other day, mate. She rang me. She's like, where are you? I said, I'm at the gym. She's like, all right, I'll let you go. I was like, all right, I'll talk to you later. Love you. See ya. Hang up.
Done. She just knew.
She knows that is the one time that I just like my own time. Because it's the one place that it's me versus me.
Yep.
I'm not competing against anybody else in that scenario. I'm pushing myself, I'm pushing my body physically, mentally to be better in the environment, and me doing that also helps me process anything that I've got going on, because my job, I work split, so that middle of the day normally works out really good because I have that time where she's at work and no one else is going to bother me in midday, because most normal people get the luxury of working through the day, where I do morning and then afternoon shift. That time is a very important time, and I've been trying to encourage you to go to the gym or be active, but we're getting there one step at a time. I've got him to get up early in the morning.
right,
the
got
next
up
step
early.
is to be active.
Yeah, no, it's been good, actually. It's like this morning, actually. Normally I get up at, let some secrets out. On Sunday, I normally get up at 8:45, and I come in here, do my thing, and then sit outside, and we, I guess, debrief and get ready to go for the day. But no, this morning I was up at 7:30.
Yep.
Had a shower, set up, sorted.
So I want you to think
Put it all
about
together.
it. You've said that getting up that early, has helped you be more proactive through your day. Now, if you add a bit of fitness and being active physically, you'd be surprised how much better, because being active and doing a bit of exercise helps release an endorphin, which helps have a clearer mind.
Is it the same endorphin as or similar to smoking and drinking? I guess when you're active, you get that hit.
Yeah, I guess it's similar. Fitness, the endorphins that we release when we're training or doing exercise is a very different endorphin. I can tell you, I feel better after a gym workout. I could walk into the gym feeling like absolute dog crap, but when I walk out of there, I feel like I'm top of the world. But it takes a lot of people don't have that mindset, because we fall into the trap as like, oh, I've got to go to work and then I've got to get home, have dinner. There's 24 hours in a day, right?
Yeah.
Most people work 8 to 10 hour days. You have time. The minimum sleep amount that is required to function and have a healthy mind on sleep,
7 hours?
7 to 6.5 hours. I normally run off 6 hours sleep.
Yeah, okay.
And I feel I'm pretty healthy. And me getting up early and going to bed early, once I'm in that routine, it feels like I've had 10 hours sleep. Like this week, everybody's like, oh yeah, school holidays, you'd be able to have a sleep in. No.
Nope.
I don't. Because
body's already trained.
My body's already switched on to I laughed the other day. I didn't set my alarm. Woke up on 5 o'clock at the dot. That's normally the time my alarm goes off on splits. It's 5 o'clock is the latest alarm that goes. Normally it's 10 to 4. And that gives me enough time to get in the shower, clean myself up, brush my teeth, shave the lot, and still be able to get up, have breakfast, do all the other things.
Just shave your face, right?
Yeah, mate. Yeah. No, I shout out to Bare Nuts, the boys there, and Bare Nuts we use just as like a cream that's like Veet, and it's just hair removal cream, and it's really good for the sensitive areas.
Doesn't sting your balls.
Yeah, I think health, but that's a good question. As much as we sit here and laugh because it's one of them subjects. It's healthcare. Men's healthcare is important, just as our partners. They're all about moisturiser, makeup, looking pretty. Well, men's healthcare is just the same. I think it's just as important. I don't put a face mask on. Serena walked out the other night while I was trying to cook dinner, and there was like this dark green thing on her face, and I was like, "Oh, what is that?"
Actually, let me play this song. I'll come back and I'll tell you all about face masks and beauty stuff and all that sort of stuff, because I'm not ashamed. I'm a man. I'm not ashamed. We'll tell you all about it coming up next right here on Scott and Jai. This is Mates Helping Mates. By the way, if you want to get involved, we have a phone number, 4994 3165. You want to chat? Give us a call. I love it. Apparently you're not a Led Zeppelin fan.
No.
No. Is that in the same category as Queen?
No, like I don't mind Queen. I've just, to be honest with you, I grew up around like Crowded House, like really mellow.
Yep.
I was never a rock person. I most probably listened to a handful of heavy metal bands. I wouldn't say I listened to rock.
Yeah, right. You listen to rock and all that when you're at the gym, right?
Well, no, like I would never listen to any of this stuff at the gym because it does not motivate me.
Not heavy enough?
Well, not even heavy. Like, I listen to like different type of music. I'll give you a little display here, mate. Now, while I'm trying to find it.
That's why I've got the elevator music so you can try and find it. But I did say before we were heading off to a break was...
Ready?
Yeah, go.
I'll fast forward a bit.
Yeah, right. So who's this?
The song's called Blame Game. And it is from, sorry, it's got the fancy moving sideways. Reed.
Oh, right. There you go.
And then like, just stuff like...
Oh, yeah. Who's this one?
Faith and Freedom.
Yeah, right. That's good. What was I saying? Yeah, before we went to the break, I was
Just about to break out into your beauty routine.
yeah, we teased the little bit of beauty routine. So, and there's nothing wrong with a beauty routine, right?
No. I'll get the grinder out on the toenails occasionally.
The grinder, I love it. I don't know why my mind went to a different version of grinder, but anyway,
G'day.
there is nothing wrong with doing like a male routine, I guess. I do it every 3 weeks, 4 weeks roughly, and that involves, people can see on the camera, trim the beard, mow the lawns up the top here.
Not
What's
that
left?
there's much to mow.
Not that much to mow anymore. And then what I do is I sometimes, haven't done it in a while actually, but I normally get one of those face masks, the green face masks you're talking about, and don't put like cucumbers on your eyes or anything like that.
Why not?
But
You're already
you
at the face mask, mate. I'll go all in.
But no, it rehydrates your face and because in winter you get dry skin.
You know what
right?
also rehydrates your face and your skin?
What's that?
Just putting moisturiser on every day.
Look, no, I haven't time for that.
I do that straight after a shower.
Yeah, right. Moisturise.
Yep, from top to bottom, bro.
As in from head to...
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Well, I have, again, thanks to Bare Nuts, they have a moisturiser for the male genital area. But then I just use, my moisturiser, normal moisturiser for your legs, arms, face, and it's daily. And I actually tell the difference when I don't do it.
Yep.
Like, if I miss a couple of days, I can tell.
Yeah, right.
And, like, the biggest comment I get is that I have really soft skin when people shake my hands and stuff. Oh, you've got really soft skin. But, I've always, blokes that I've known have always joked about how soft my skin is. But I've never really worried about it because I look at being in the same age bracket as someone and looking at my skin difference to their skin difference.
You don't want to look like an old leather handbag when you're older.
Well, I think men's care is very important. I think, if you look good, you feel good kind of thing. So, and when I shave like you, mate, but I'm in a fight at the moment with a lot of people about this mo.
What's wrong with your mo? Hang on, let's get a bit of... There we go. Bit of look on the mo. How are you?
G'day, how are you? A lot of people, I guess, don't like it, but if I don't have the mo and I clean shave like I have, I look like a 20-year-old.
Yeah, it's the same if I take off the
You
beard.
most probably look like you're in your early 30s.
Actually, we were talking about that the other day when we had our own place, just you and me. And I said to you, it might be time to shave the beard off. And you're like, oh, just do it, you pussy. You won't do it. You
Yeah.
won't do it. So I went and did it. And then I came back out into the lounge room and you went, oh, my goodness.
Go glue that hair back on.
Yeah, go get it.
But I think that's that's just a simple fact. I was so used to seeing you with a beard, and some people just don't most probably suit the clean shave. Where I found that I do, I either like really sharp stubble, like shorter than what you have, and you just see the outline of where your facial hair grows, or just clean shaved. I like to be clean shaved because it just feels good.
Smoothing the breeze.
Well, that's it, mate. Makes me run faster.
But the other thing I do as well is, and I get the missus involved in this one, so...
I shave my legs.
Really?
Yeah, I'm doing it this afternoon.
Oh. Scares me.
No, more so because of fitness. Like, I like... When I cycle and stuff, as you'd know, all of us, when we did that ride, all of us boys had our legs shaved. Coming off a bike, and you rip skin, you end up with hair infections and stuff with...
Yeah.
It's just not pretty.
Hair and all that carry
And
on.
also, I think when you like doing gym and you get a bit of a muscle growth there and your hair's there, it just doesn't look as good. When you got no hair and you got tattoos all down your leg, it looks so good.
Looks good.
And there's nothing, weird about it. I'll tell you that. I know so many blokes that shave their legs. So many football players shave their legs.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Speed. But no, what we normally do is it's normally on a Saturday night when we do it. I kind of lie on the couch,
Yeah, you
and
do.
Mrs. lies on the couch. We get the old tweezers out, and she does the old eyebrows.
Plucks your brow.
Yeah, mate. So I don't have the old unibrow or the Johnny Howard eyebrows. So the long and curlies.
Yeah.
Yep. Or once you get to my age, 33. Thank you very much. You get the long grey ones that you got to pluck out as well.
Sorry, guys, he's a bit insecure about his age. Serena,
Jeez, I've got to tell you.
Serena does the same with me.
No shame in it.
No, I think it's important. And before I met Serena, I used to go to someone to do my face, and even used to get the old bikini wax back in the day.
Oh, the old sack back and
I
crack.
tell you what, the first time I ever did it, I've never felt so uncomfortable as a male. But the lady where I was living in Moranbah then, she made me feel so much more comfortable and reassured me that you'd be surprised how many males come in here and get this done.
Oh,
I think it was more because for people that don't know what a bikini wax is, it's pretty much like your whole kit and caboodle's getting ripped apart.
What did I call
All
it?
down to your gooch.
Yes, sack back and crack.
Yeah. And I've always been pretty neat and tidy down in that old area. Again, it comes down to hygiene. I'm an active person, and I find that
Active?
yeah, I'm a very
Gym active.
Yeah, active. I'm active in my job. I always have to run around, and I just think that it's you sweat a lot more. It's the same with having thick hair on your head. You sweat a lot more. With the old mullet coming out the back at the moment, I just get really bad sweat when I wear a hat. And that's actually another thing that you should think about is hair growth is less when you wear a hat all the time. But I can understand why you put one on.
Yeah, look, if I just take the old hat off for a second, look, it's actually looking pretty good at the moment.
Mr. Burns is out, everybody.
It's not too bad.
That's where they got the inspiration for Mr. Burns.
Hat goes back on now because
But yeah,
Conscious about that stuff.
healthcare is important for both females and males. I think that a lot of males forget about it, and we just like to lift weights and look good, and some just like to drink beer and just be happy. But I think that being healthy does not always necessarily mean being active. I think a lot of it comes down to men's healthcare, and it's the same with going to get regular skin checks every 6 to 12 months for men. I think that's a big important thing too, because that's under the being healthy as men, and the more you get checked out, at least you're aware if anything comes up, and you're not just leaving it till it's too late kind of thing. And that's something that I've realised this year that I've got to do. I haven't gone and got a skin check for almost 2 years.
man. Maybe we should go do a skin check together.
Yeah,
Got a couple of couple of spots that we've got to get looked at.
Checked out. That's something that I also wanted to bring up because something I know that I have lacked off on with is just simple things like that, looking after yourself, and just looking after yourself doesn't always mean I'll just chuck some moisturiser on or shave my beard and look neat for work. It also means doing the right thing by your health too. Go to regular checkups. Things like that. It all counts, and at the end of the day, you'll be thankful in the long run, I think.
That's right. Yes. All right. We'll take a quick break. Here's Guns N' Roses, Sweet Child of Mine. Turn that one up. You into this one, mate, or what?
That's all right.
We'll let the listeners decide. Jai stuck in traffic. Jai stuck in traffic. You with us there, mate?
Yeah.
We're here. We're back and we're ready to go. Hey, today morning. Hey.
G'day. How are you?
Today, let me flick so we can see your beautiful face too. Morning.
How are you?
Today is the National Day of Rock and Roll. It's a lively celebration that captures the essence and impact of the music genre. So shout out to all those rock and roll bands that are out there. Also today is Bonza Bottler Day. No idea what that is. National Dora Day. Dora the Explorer. Dora the Explorer, right?
Yes. Diego.
Yeah. Go Diego. It is also National Father-Daughter National Father-Daughter Take a Walk Day, and also National Koi Day. I have no idea what a koi is. Looks like a fish.
Yeah.
Anyway, a bit weird. And Monday, this is your day, National Video Game Day.
Yeah, get it.
Hey, get pumped for National Video Game Day. That's what's happening on this day. You want to get some news of the week? Got a funny news story here. Doesn't involve but it does involve hoo-ha.
Ooh.
It involves hoo-ha.
Got a bit of hoo-ha.
Bit of hoo-ha action.
This is Scott and Jace, News of the Week.
A woman who has 95% of her body covered in tattoos has revealed the most painful ink she has ever had.
Get it.
Becky Holt is her name. She's in the UK. She left this morning's host, Ben and Kat, red-faced after showing off her body art in a very skimpy costume. The 36-year-old had spent nearly $66,000 on an array of tattoos, revealing on live TV that since her obsession began with tattooing, she was 15 years old when her obsession began, and she has 95% of her body covered in tattoos, including her hoo-ha.
Damn it.
Miss Holt, a mum of one, left the TV host squirming as she joked, "Do you want to see?" When referring to the specific ink in her intimate area, the TV hosts, squirmed. The model and adult content creator started tattooing up 20 years ago and has been steadily at her collection ever since. She had her first tattoo when she was 15, and it wasn't a wise decision. She had a boyfriend's name tattooed directly across her.
Mistake.
Obviously, that doesn't. The boyfriend doesn't exist anymore, and that's when her obsession started. A photo of her too, actually. Let's hold up to the camera there. That's a photo of her just there. So yeah, I couldn't imagine it.
See, I don't mind people that get covered in tattoos. One thing I would never do myself, I should say, would be my face.
You wouldn't get your face tattooed? Some cultures get their face tattooed, but as just like a normal face tattoo with no culture reference, not in for that?
I think it's culture I can understand, but if you're just getting a tattoo on your face, it's personally, my personal opinion, it's just not for me.
Do you enjoy getting tattooed?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love the
I
process.
finished looking over this news story. She, after getting her hoo-ha tattooed. Not a fan of it anymore.
Really?
I suppose you got 95% of your body tattooed. By that point, you've
Well, my
you've had
leg
enough.
tattoo that went up all the way up to the like I could feel that. Like
Near
yeah.
Right.
Wasn't even close to it, but like it was to the point that we had to stop because I was like that pale. I've got a very high pain tolerance. Like I've still got my chest and my back to get done. Mm-hmm. My back's gonna cost me about $2,500, just to get inked up.
Yeah, right.
And that will go across like from one shoulder blade to the next and all the way down.
Some people get tat start. Like I have not got a single tattoo, right? Sorry, excuse me. Let me put my headphone on. What did you say? But like, I plan to get a tattoo at some point. I just haven't quite decided what I want
cute
yet.
sunflower on the side of your shoulder blade or something.
Rose in my butt cheek or something. Don't know. Actually, at one time when I was 19, I was going to get. You know how you've got the Australian-made symbol in Australia, where if you buy something that's Australian-made, it's got that little triangle there. Well, New Zealand's got a very similar one, and it's a green. No, it's not. This Australian one's green and gold. It's blue and red, and I was going to get that tattooed on my arm, leg. No, not on my.
I was once upon a time actually going to get stick them up across the shaft. But then I realised for that to happen, I would have to be quite
Sticking it up.
And just I never got it done. But that was like a big thing for me. I was like, what's something funny that like I could do and just stick them up? Do you know?
We could get all rise.
But
Stand up.
But then and then across like the shield, I was gonna get Pac-Man.
Oh no.
And then underneath the Pac-Man, like little Pac-Man, eat me.
What about piercings?
Nah, I've always had my ears pierced as a teenager.
Yep.
I still don't mind them. My job at the moment does not allow me to have that kind of stuff sticking.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah,
we're allowed to, but I also think about like getting it ripped out or so I just choose not to have any. I've pierced all my own ears in school, in class. Just
like with the old needle and...
no, just thumbtack.
Thumbtack?
Yeah, thumbtack. Going to our school used to have like a room, and then in between the rooms there was a kitchen. So in the morning you just race in, grab a couple of thumbtacks off the teacher's desk, and then chuck them in the sink and pour the boiling water over them. Go back to class when the teacher's talking, just grab a bit of blue tack, and then put it on the back of your ear and just.
Whoa.
And then you'd leave that until you got home, and then go down to the shops and buy a piercing.
Right.
Because otherwise it closes up. Yeah, half time, still got infected. But I was a kid. I think at one point I had 3 piercings in one of my ears.
So do you go like all like in different spots around your ear?
Just around the lobe there, mate. I'm not brave like that. I'm not going to be going and shoving anything across the top of my ear like some people do.
What about the old piercing? I've seen a couple of people do it. You know, up in the
bull's ring.
They get their pierced, or the tongue splitting.
Yeah. Tell you a funny story. Pop said to us kids, if any of us ever dared to get a bull's ring in our nose, that he would lead us around like a bull.
Yeah, right. There you go.
Yeah. So I personally don't think it's an attractive look. I also know a bloke that's got a nose ring, but a stretcher inside the nose here, and then the hole goes straight through here, so you can actually see straight through his nose.
Oh, yuck.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I also know a bloke that I went to school with, Jesse. He had stretchers in his ear, and he could fit a Coke can in his ear.
A Coke can?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It was absolutely disgusting.
I know I went to school with a bloke. Actually, he's not with us anymore, but he had what's that bit there? Yeah, goatee
I'm not
grows.
sure.
But he used to have that pierced, and he'd fill his mouth up with water, put tongue over the hole, and squirt you with water as he went past. So if you can imagine, like, yeah, your goatee part.
A lot
there.
of people, you can get like a stretcher in there as well, so you just see straight through. Because it's just that's all it is that. So like they just pierce and then just slowly stretch it out.
I'd love to hear from anybody that's had a stretcher in that part there and had their tongue split, because then you could just. I can't do it obviously because I haven't got a pierce, but
I
shoot it right through.
Like I've like the only thing I've ever thought about piercing again would be my ears or maybe my nose.
Yep.
But I just at the same point I prefer tattoos. I love tattooing. I have a really great tattooist in Yeppoon.
We gonna do a shout out for him?
Oh, Jared Anarchy.
Oh yes.
We always have mad conversations when he's putting ink into the skin.
Yep.
And all round, honestly, he's an all round top bloke. And it's just a laugh. Like, yeah, he doesn't just, you're not quiet, you know, he'll have a conversation with you and it takes your mind off it. Especially, like, for someone that hasn't got a tattoo, if you're getting a massive piece done, so all my tattoos have been day sessions. I've never once gone in for a quick couple of hours. I've always done up to 7 hours in a day. And when you, like, getting towards the end of that tattoo, there's a certain feeling in your body that, like, you're numb. Like, even trying to drive home after a leg piece done, your leg is that sore that trying to, like, just accelerate just, like, hurts, like.
Yeah, right.
So, like, that's why I didn't get the the one blank bit inside my thigh tattooed, which was just colouring and going to be, like, blacked out because I was in too much pain.
So I guess my next question is, lucky that you moisturise, right? Because otherwise your tattoos by the time you're 60 years old.
It's part of it is, like, old mate's probably like, you know, I've always had the family lecture from Pop, someone that's had tattoos himself that are absolutely going to shithouse now. But he was like, oh, mate, they'll end up all ruined by the time you get to my age. Tattooing back then to tattooing now is two different things. I always used to joke with Pop, I'm like, Pop, they don't use a hammer and a stick anymore. But, yeah, like, I still want to get a phoenix across my chest. So
They do in some places.
Yeah.
And, do tattoos with the hammer and the chisel.
I'm going to plan on getting a phoenix from one shoulder blade to the next as a phoenix and the head just sitting under my neck.
Oh, yes.
Here. And it's like, yeah, just come down onto my pec. But yeah, so I get that, and then I want to get like a wolf standing on a head, like its paw at the bottom of my like tailbone.
Oh, yes.
Standing on a skull. But yeah, so all my tattoos have
a tailbone.
all my tattoos have a meaning to me, and I think that's the most important thing that I've learned is don't get a tattoo unless you have a meaning behind it, because there's something that costs a lot of money just as now you can get rid of them. You never used to.
How much is a tattoo, by the way?
Oh, depends on the tattooist. Most people charge 150 upwards an hour. So it works out cheaper to book for the full day, which is like 1,300 for the day.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, which is quite pretty good because you can pay up to like 2,500 for a day.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think in hindsight, if you're going to do it, you know, make sure it's something that you're going to be able to look at yourself in the mirror. Don't be a hero and be like, as old Love did. Lucky she got it in a place where not many people would see it. And get, you know, a boyfriend's name tattooed. That's something I've never even thought of. I don't even put anybody's name on my skin. All my tattoos have a different story behind it. It's just a way, I guess, I've expressed my life and things that have happened to me during my life. So
yeah, because Katie's got she's got a couple of tattoos. She's got one on her ankle for her younger sister who's not with us anymore.
yeah,
And then she's got the boys' footprints and their names on the other up on her thigh, which is actually a really cool design. So
yeah.
Yeah, Noah's big hoof on there, and then Liam's little tiny
You
footprint.
should let me book you in for a full day session, and we'll decide of a tattoo, and get like an arm piece done.
Knowing my luck, I'll end up with a big like penis on my arm or something like that.
If you let me full on choose, for sure. I wouldn't do that to you. I'm not that mean. But yeah, I reckon we should get you in for a full day. There's no point going in to get a little tiny one. Just start your sleeve. Because I guarantee you, once you start a sleeve, you'll end up getting a full sleeve.
It's addictive, is it?
I find it is. And once you have one, like I started my first sleeve from the top and the bottom, and my leg was the same. I went from the bottom to the top.
Yeah, right, okay.
So I've never started up. I've like always wanted my tattoos visible. But I've got mates that are tattooed both arms, chest, back, neck.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a lot of money invested in it. Every tattoo I've got a lecture from Mum. Every tattoo, still to this day.
Oh, yes.
Yep. Never liked them.
What does she call them? Tough stickers.
Yeah, tough guy stickers.
Tough guy stickers.
I just say, at least I can back it up. No, but I think, it's a family joke with us, so it's she's just never really been a fan of tattoos.
Yeah, right.
I'm the only one in my family covered.
Because your stepdad's same, right? Same as me. No tats.
Yeah. Thought about it, never went around to it, but I think if you enjoy the artwork and it's something meaningful to you, you're gonna look back like, I want to get a quote and stuff put on like my skin and like down the side of my neck here, but then I'm like, I really don't want my neck tattooed.
Wasn't there a big thing about neck tattoos and going to clubs looking like Wiggles for a while there?
Yeah, well, they just don't. A lot of clubs nowadays don't let you in a nightclub because they think you're affiliated with a bikie gang.
Ah, right. There you go.
Which makes no sense because nowadays everybody's got tattoos. It's a very popular thing. And for all them single fellas out there, I can tell you, the more tattoos I got, the more people talk to me.
There you go. Like the ladies, you mean?
Yep. It's
or blokes,
It's a big attraction, and whether they're looking at you to hit on you or they're just the older generation, I'll get a good 12 to 13 stares walking through a shopping centre.
There you go.
Because some of my tattoos, look a bit how you going, and they just look at it and they're like, oh yeah, look at this guy. And they just like look at you and they have no shame. They look straight back up at your eye. They look you up and down and go straight to your eye contact. I'll just stare at them.
G'day.
How
are you?
Yeah. But yeah, no. I think a lot of people actually do get tattoos for confidence. I think it's like an image thing for a lot of people. I wouldn't encourage someone getting tattoos to make them look a bit better or for just to have that coolness. I think if you can find something that means something to you, and whether it's big or a little tattoo, put it on. Like, it's going to be there. My leg tattoo, from a shin in my calf, I've had that since I was 20, so...
Yep.
It still looks the same as what it is. It's a bit faded because of, like, cutting myself and falling off bikes and stuff, but it still looks exactly the same as when I did it. But another thing, if you're going to get tattoos up and down your legs and arms, just be aware that if you do a job that, you possibly could cut yourself or hurt yourself.
It's going to ruin your tat.
Well, yeah, you're going to have scars. I've got scars across some of my tattoos. Like, I've got one there.
Yep.
Where,
on your forearm there, people
yeah, that was done from a wire. A cement bed wire. Cut it, and when it slung up,
bang.
But like, there was a tiny scratch and it scarred it.
Yeah, right.
Because that's just where the scab healed up, and that's how
you remember it now for the rest of your life.
Yeah, well, and I think that's the thing. Like, realistically, like if you look at it like that, you can't even really tell. I'll go to my tattooist and be like, "Can you just colour that in for me?" But yeah, I don't know. I know a lot of people for scars and stuff that have grown up, struggling with mental health and stuff. They cut themselves and
Put a tattoo over the top.
Yeah, well, because they've grown past that their life. I knew a bloke that actually every line he did in school used to have really bad troubles with his mental health, and he ended up getting every scar filled in. So it was there to remind him of where he was today, to
That's cool.
where he's come from. And then he had his favourite verse from the Bible
Yep.
there. But yeah, no, so that's what I mean. Like, there's a lot of people do get tattoos for meaning, and some people get it to look cool.
Big H got a tattoo. That's where I get inspiration for a tattoo. So he's got his wedding anniversary tattooed on his forearm.
Yeah.
Never forget now. Just look down and go, yeah, right, there you go.
No, me, I still would forget.
Just tattoo on your forehead so someone can say, when's your wedding anniversary?
But I could have it there like Big H, right? And I'd look at it in the morning and it was like, oh, yep, look at my phone and be like, end of the day, oh, shit. Hope Woolies is open, I need to go get some flowers.
Oh, that's funny. Want to get into one more thing before we play another track and blow up this bad boy?
Strap yourselves in, ladies and gentlemen. This is Scott and Jice, State of the Nation.
I thought I'd do a bit of a shout out actually to the men in gold, the Wallabies. What a great comeback story that is. They won last night, beat Wales finally. Wallabies have won a game.
For everybody who doesn't understand what he's talking about,
Rugby union. Rugby union. Everyone knows who the Wallabies are. Surely everyone knows who the Wallabies are.
Don't.
Yeah, right. Well, it was all over the news too. So it was good to see new coach, Joe Smith.
Smitty!
They won a game. Thank God.
Well, that's good. And I heard the All Blacks only just won.
Just won against...
You a bit nervous, mate? Maybe the Wallabies will beat the All Blacks this year.
Hell freeze over before that happens. But look, it's good to see. It's, we're all about comeback stories and all that sort of stuff, and it's actually really good to see. Like the guys before they went out on the field and played the game last night, they looked energized. They looked happy. Like they screamed positivity. So
Yeah.
It's a good news story. The old Wallabies.
Yeah, imagine this year if we win.
Oh, imagine that.
What a comeback.
It's, so that kicks off, and it's good to see that they've actually put in the Wallabies live on Channel 9. It's not just restricted to Stan Sport. So the more the Wallabies win, the more people get in and watch it because
For everybody that's not aware, Scott just avoided just talking about the subject of Wallabies winning all round, but...
Oh, look, we'll see how we go. It's early days. So, but no, it's big shout out to the Wallabies. They did well coming back.
That'd be another jersey you'd have to throw away.
Well, that's it. Actually, I don't fit my Wallaby. I've got a Wallabies jersey and All Blacks jersey. I don't fit into either of them anymore.
Right.
Still support the All Blacks, but now the Wallabies for me is
Too muscly.
G'day. It's a great comeback story for them. Like last year, the year before, under their previous coach. I'm not going to mention his name again.
I think it comes down to the morale of the team, and that's a big part of the team would be the coach. And I think that's like anything. If you're a manager, I'm the first to say my manager is an awesome manager. It's most probably one of the best managers I've had, and that's not even trying to kiss ass or anything.
Like smoke up her ass, yeah.
Yeah, it's literally, it's easy to go to work and do my job because I don't have a manager that's not supportive of our team. Do you know what I mean? So, and that's a big thing for me is I think that your manager and your leadership team have a big part in how your team's performance.
And I like that word better than manager. I like the word leader because a manager just does all the operational stuff for the day, whereas a leader actually inspires people to do better. And that's what we saw like in the pre-game. Back to the Wallabies for a sec, was the coach. It was great. Like he walked around every single player in the dressing room. They put it on TV so everyone could see. Went round, shook everybody's hand. You can tell he's given them a bit of encouragement. giving them a bit of a pep talk and all that sort of stuff. And then even after the game, like he was happy to get on TV and say, look, the boys did proud. And, they missed a couple of opportunities, but it's just something to work on. But he focused more on the positives than he did all the negatives, whereas the other F-wit that was coaching them just so negative. Like, the guy is just so negative. I feel sorry for the Japanese rugby team. Anyway, I've had my Eddie Jones spat for another day. Let's get into... hey?
I said there he is.
Let's get into one more song and then we'll end it there. Stream on. And that was Scott and Jai, Mates Helping Mates, for another Sunday. How are you, mate? You cooked over there?
Yeah, I'm ready for bed.
For bed?
Yeah.
Would you say you're outside? You reckon you can go to sleep and wake up tomorrow morning, charged, ready to go? Just lift it up so we can hear you there, big fella.
Yeah,
whoa.
Sorry. Is that better, mate? You hear me loud and clear? You with me?
Ground control to Major Tom.
Yeah, no, I'm feeling really wrecked at the moment, and I'm just ready to go home and go to sleep.
What's Noah's line? He's cooked. He's super cooked. Please continue to like, share our posts on Facebook. Jai's still in charge of posts Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And I'm in charge of posts Thursdays and Fridays. So keep an eye out on our Facebook news feed. You can also follow us on TikTok at Scott and Jai Mates Helping Mates. Post up some videos now that we have some video to go with our podcast as well.
Yeah, good.
Anything you want to add before we go, mate?
No, mate, you've got it all covered.
Got it all covered? All right. Well, that's us. Have a great week. And we'll see you next Sunday. Sharing stories, rock tunes, mates helping mates. Anything you want to say before we go?
Hope you all have a great, positive week ahead of you. And remember, don't focus on the things that you can't control. Focus on the things that you can control.
Well done, mate. All right. See you next Sunday. Bye-bye.